You got nothing.
I have nothing because of you.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 2025 movies that might suck. As a quick disclaimer, release dates and opinions for these films just might change. And watch out for minor spoilers ahead.
Because the conversation can turn really nasty really fast.
Number 10, Untitled Jurassic World movie.
How many times must the point be made? We're causing our own extinction.
Although the latest two entries in Universal's famous dinosaur franchise took billion-dollar bites out of the box office, they haven't been beloved by critics. 2022's Jurassic World Dominion even stands as the worst-reviewed movie in the entire series.
While Biosyn believes we can handle genetic power responsibly, the public remains skeptical.
After two critical failures, the franchise is hoping to get back on track with a new movie. The Untitled film will be directed by Gareth Edwards of Godzilla fame and will feature the reliable Scarlett Johansson as the lead. While the duo definitely has promise, the story will make or break the final product. The new script faces the daunting challenge of trying to go somewhere that the previous 6 films haven't. If the idea isn't strong enough, the Jurassic franchise might go extinct again.
These creatures were here before us. And if we're not careful, they're going to be here after.
Number 9, a live-action How to Train Your Dragon.
While other places have ponies or parrots, we have dragons.
All 3 installments in this animated DreamWorks fantasy series received rave reviews across the board. But there's a chance that the move to live action could end the franchise's hot streak. Instead of crafting a new story, the 2025 movie will retell the events of the 2010 film in a different medium.
Come on.
Outside of the lack of originality, the biggest concern will be the dragons themselves. The DreamWorks films constantly impressed us with how well they animate their title creatures. While major films have featured impressive dragons before, it's unknown if the new movie's live-action creation will be able to measure up. The 2025 movie may ultimately be seen as a lesser version of a practically flawless story.
You need to stop all this.
What, you just pointed to all of me.
Yes, that's it.
Number 8, an I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel.
Somebody sent this to me. Oh my god.
The original premise for this horror plot was rock solid. A year after a group of friends tried to cover up a near-fatal accident, the victim returned with a fishhook to get revenge. While the first installment found success, the following 2 movies were thrashed by everyone who saw them.
And I want everything to be like it was. It just isn't.
Their negative reception doesn't bode well for the next I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. The script will once again try to continue the story of the first film. Additionally, a few of the original stars are set to return. Although it will be great to see familiar faces, it's still unknown how the filmmakers can make the concept feel memorable once more.
Let's get out of here. We're going home now. And never, ever, under any circumstances known to God, speak about this again.
Number 7, Minecraft.
Their greatest quest would take them on a dangerous journey to fight a mysterious creature known as the Ender Dragon.
In recent years, mega hits like The Last of Us and the Super Mario Bros. Movie have proven that video games can be made into great films. However, we're skeptical that Minecraft can continue this positive trend. The original video game encouraged players to collect materials so they can build whatever they can imagine. Although Minecraft has lots of lore to draw from and story-driven spin-offs, the game has prioritized player freedom over plot. Will longtime fans enjoy the world so much if they're not active participants?
Well, there's only one way off this bridge. Whatever we do it together.
While that question hung in the air, actors like Jack Black and Kate McKinnon were cast to play big roles. It remains to be seen if their star power can help Minecraft avoid the video game movie curse.
We're gonna lose. What are you worried about? We've got this.
Who are we kidding? We've got nothing.
Number 6. The Naked Gun. Back in the 80s, audiences were introduced to a hilarious police lieutenant named Frank Drebin.
Drebin.
Frank.
You're both right. Surprised to see me, Mr. Ludwig?
Leslie Nielsen portrayed the silly character on a show and in 3 full cinematic installments. After more than 30 years out of the public eye, Liam Neeson is set to bring Drebin back to the screen.
So if I purchase these tricks, there'll be no trouble.
No, you should be fine.
You do understand that I myself am not a child.
While the actor has solid comedic chops, it'll be hard not to compare him to the legendary Nielsen. The new Naked Gun may also struggle to do well in a movie market where parody movies have become increasingly rare. And although funny man Seth MacFarlane is writing the script, he hasn't always had the best track record with live-action movies. Time will tell if Naked Gun has what it takes to fire on all cylinders.
Now, are you going to try that again?
No, sir.
Good.
Number 5. Mortal Kombat 2.
Winning Mortal Kombat cannot be left to chance. There will be no tournament because
There'll be no opposition left to fight.
Fans of this fight-filled universe were pleasantly surprised when this reboot delivered solid action and plenty of Easter eggs. It also hinted at fan favorites like Johnny Cage and a full fighting tournament. While all of these elements delivered, viewers and critics found the character development to be a little lacking. This flaw could prove to be the sequel's greatest weakness. Mortal Kombat 2 plans to add at least 8 new characters to the mix.
I'll dump it down for you. Fat lazy pig.
What did you say?
Terrible fighter.
And if the story does commit to a tournament, fans won't get enough time with the cast. Even if the action is great, it may not work if people aren't invested in who wins and loses. Fans really don't want a repeat of the infamously bad Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
You're alive. Too bad you will die.
Number 4. Untitled Fast and Furious spin-off, aka Hobbs and Reyes.
I can't believe I'm gonna race the great Dominic Toretto. I have butterflies. You're so impressive.
After starring as the main villain of Fast X, Jason Momoa's Dante was supposed to return for the 11th film. But after the 10th film underperformed, the filmmakers decided to drift into a new plan. The studio will resolve the villain's plotline and potentially wrap up Fast X's cliffhanger ending in a tentatively titled Hobbs and Reyes spin-off movie.
The devil is coming for you.
Lawman.
Although Hobbs and Shaw set itself up for a sequel, that exciting plot may be sidelined in favor of tying up the franchise's loose ends. This spin-off might also disappoint fans who were looking forward to seeing a final clash between Momoa and the main cast. There's a chance that using Hobbs and Reyes as a bridge to 11 could cause the story to crash and burn.
You think everyone's gonna end up on your side? Problem is, Amsel's mine first.
Number 3. Tron Ares.
Look what you've accomplished. It's incredible.
There have been plans in place to make a follow-up to Tron Legacy since 2010. But after Disney had several big box office failures, the cyber franchise was taken offline. Although fans were happy to hear that Tron Ares escaped development hell, a few details kept them wary of the film. The fact that the movie went from being a sequel to a reboot to a sequel again wasn't seen as a great sign.
Isn't this something? You look the same. Oh, lots happened, Sam. More than you can imagine.
And while Jared Leto's casting once drew applause, his roles in recent flops have now caused fans to groan about his casting. Although the great Jeff Bridges is set to cameo, it's unclear if even his presence can convince audiences to give Ares a shot.
Long time. You have no idea.
Number 2. Snow White.
A quick, child. Run! Run away! Hide! In the woods, anywhere! Never come back!
Disney's attempt to remake their legendary animated princess feature has been overshadowed by negative press throughout production. While some fans were upset about Rachel Zegler's critical comments about the original, others disliked how the studio cast the Seven Dwarfs. Certain moviegoers were also thrown off by the news that the film would rely heavily on CGI. While some longtime fans of the story were not enthusiastic about potential changes to the narrative,
and so when we came to reimagining the actual role of Snow White, it became about the fairest of them all, meaning who is the most just and who can become a fantastic leader.
It's unknown if Disney made extensive changes to address any of the public backlash. But no matter what the studio does, it's unlikely that the final version of Snow White will please everyone.
The reality is that the cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Blade.
It's like a bad dream.
There are worse things out tonight than vampires.
Like what?
Like me.
We really don't want this vampire movie to suck. Outside of Mahershala Ali being the perfect choice for Blade, the character has a fascinating backstory and is an excellent fighter. Unfortunately, the odds are stacked against this Marvel film. Blade has had an exceptionally troubled production. The film has changed directors and undergone a number of major rewrites.
The world you live in is just a sugar-coated topping. There is another world beneath it, the real world.
In one version of the script, Blade allegedly wasn't even the main character. Schedule delays have also caused the project to lose certain actors. On top of all of that, a string of critical failures caused Marvel Studios to rethink certain elements of the movie. It will be a miracle if Blade emerges from a storm of behind-the-scenes issues clean.
There's still a war going on, and I have a job to do. You want to help? Make me a better Sarah.
Which 2025 movie are you worried about? Tell us your concerns in the comments below.
Shut it down. Shut it down now! Relax. Relax. It's under control.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.